At the end of the day, if you fall into bed and feel like today was a pretty good day, what happened? And I don't mean everything went smoothly or nobody, including mom, cried. I want you to think a little more specifically. I had a day yesterday that was a full day, and as perfectly planned days often do, it went awry. I had to take our dog in for an urgent pet visit. She's okay, but we weren't sure. And what I thought was going to be a drop-off appointment actually had me staying there. So 2.5 hours later, I'm home. And it was, like I said, it was an already full day. My natural inclination when I got home was to grab my to-do list and complete as quickly as I could those items that were quick and I could just mark off, so that I could look at the list and feel accomplished and feel like I've got some foundation for my day. But cleaning my microwave and decluttering my kitchen utensil drawer, both things on the list, wasn't going to help me feel accomplished, because they were just things that could be postponed, and the things that were more important didn't have my focus. Thankfully, though, I know what my daily 5 are. The 5 things that when I end my day, if on most days they've been accomplished, then I'm feeling pretty good. And like I'm not failing at everything. I'm not failing as a wife, as a mother, as a homeschool mom, none of that. I'm feeling good. And that's what I want for you too. So we're going to chat about that today. If you'll remember, I've done a couple videos where I've said 2 things. One is that 2023 is going to be a year where we journey together to claim the joy in our homeschool life. Not just our homeschool date, but the whole life. And the second thing I've mentioned is that 2023 is also going to be a year where we are journeying together to find a balance and control structure to the outside part of our homeschool, so that we are creating that joy in our life beyond that, but doing it in a way where we're finding the balance and learning to manage it as best as we can. So what are those daily 5 that help me to feel good? And how do I structure my day? And how do you go about choosing your own? That's what we're going to chat about. The idea for this daily 5 came from when my kids were really little, and I just needed a bare minimum of what I needed to get done in a day to feel pretty good. My husband was away training or deployed a lot. Littles, I just needed something to focus on. And so one of those things that was one that I focused on quickly and early on, and is still on my list, is that the living room is a relaxing space by the time we sit down at night. When my kids were little and toys get migrated everywhere, as they do, I noticed that one of the things my husband would do when he first came home from work after he changed was to help the kids corral the toys. And I realized how nice it was when we did sit down, and it was comfortable in there. I'm not talking perfect, I'm talking comfortable. We can sit down without having to move any toys or books. Cushions have been returned from the fort, because even at 15 and 13, my boys still will build the occasional fort, much more complex than it used to be, and with some elaborate game that they do. But they still do it sometimes. Blankets are folded from cuddling while they read. Books are corralled onto the coffee table. No cups of water sitting around. Just comfortable. Now, something else that is important to our home is that food mostly comes from me, from my kitchen. That doesn't mean that I don't take shortcuts and that I don't make compromises on how deluxe or complex the meal is versus where I take those shortcuts. But it means that generally I choose recipes and plan meals such that it's mostly cooked from home. It is food that we look forward to eating. And most importantly, but definitely up there, is that I sit down at the table and I don't feel stressed. don't feel stressed because I've stayed on top of the meal planning and I've allotted meal prep time earlier in the day if I need it. It may only be chunks of 5 or 10 minutes, and often 15 minutes spread throughout the day is enough. But I have to stay on top of that because dinner time is the start of our evening together, and I don't want the start of our evening together to include mom feeling harried, because that's not relaxing to anybody. And it comes off in my attitude, and it comes off in it just spews out. And I don't enjoy it. Like, I enjoy dinner time, but I can't enjoy dinner time if I'm feeling cranky. A couple weeks ago, I had a super busy work week, and I needed them to deal with dinner. But I also didn't want to deal with planning it. So we got a box we use Every Plate here and there. I'll leave a link for you down there if you want. There's probably some kind of a discount that I can give you, so I'll put that information down there. Sometimes that's what the compromise is, and that's okay. Sometimes I go through the freezer section of the store and grab several things. That's okay too, when I need to. But that bigger picture of the culture of what dinner time looks like in our home, that's what's important. And I specify dinner time because breakfast and lunch, that's another, that's a whole other story. And I think food is definitely one of those things that moms often feel guilt about. If we buy a bunch of pre-made stuff, then like, well, I should be able to do it. Well, throw those shoulds out the door. And if we feed our kids sandwiches or frozen chicken tenders at lunchtime, and we hear other homeschool moms who are roasting a chicken, whatever, I get it. Like, we feel whatever, but you don't need to. What's important to your family about food? If food, I remember Pepper and Pine channel. I don't know if she has any videos up still. I miss her. But a nice lunch was important to their family. And so they always had, or not, I don't know, but so always, but often they had really nice lunches. But that was what's important to them. Dinner, she said she didn't go as complex. So it would be easy to watch someone like that and think, oh, well, that's what I should be doing. No, that's what she should be doing. You should be doing what works for your family. That's what's important about whether it's meals or chores or whatever. It's what works for your family. Okay? The things I'm sharing, I truly am not telling you that you should do them. There are those moms who will say, well, do what works for your family, but they're really judging you, and you know they're really judging you. I'm not. Truly, I'm not. This is what's currently working for our family, and I, this year of all seasons, know that I make compromises all the time. But I have these daily 5 that keep guiding me back, that keep me focused, that even when I don't complete them all, I know where I need to be headed the next day. Several years ago, we had a service worker in our home who asked to use the bathroom. And I know a lot of families don't like that. I don't really mind because we have a half bath. But this was, years ago when I still had toddlers. My bathroom was a mess, toys and kids' clothes, and I was embarrassed. I let them, but I warned them. But after that, I realized that I would really like that my half bath and my master bath most days to be tidy. Not deep cleaned. I do not deep clean every day, but tidy. Quick wipe down, no dirty clothes, towels are hung up, hair products and shaving supplies are put away. Doing it most days means that I can clean both the master bathroom and the half bath in under 10 minutes. But the pride I take in walking into a tidy bathroom is ridiculous. Even when I know it's clean and it's clean every day, I still just kind of give a smile when it's clean because it feels good to me. It feels good knowing that they are tidy spaces, and that if some stranger knocked on my door right now, I wouldn't be embarrassed by the state of my bathroom. It's a little thing, 5 minutes, but it feels good to me. And I feel like I'm winning. So I use that one as a primary example. Like, I am not talking about these things have to be big, complex things. What feels good for your family? Now, one that I struggle with still, even though it's been a daily 5 for a bazillion years, is with laundry. I was raised in a home where often laundry came out of the dryer into a basket and it sat there until the basket was empty, because that's where we grabbed our clean clothes from. No shade to my mom, single working mom. It was what it was. I don't think anything left ever because of that. My husband came from a stay-at-home mom who would complete everybody's laundry, from taking out of their laundry basket, folding, putting it away in a day. That was their habit. I don't do that entirely with my kids anymore, especially, but it's something that I struggled with. Because I struggled with it, but I knew that I wanted to be able to complete a cycle in a day, it means a couple of things. One, I have to get laundry started before school, because I need to be able to switch it by lunchtime. I try earlier, but life, and so that I can finish it after school. At least fold it. Sometimes getting it put away doesn't happen then, even though it doesn't take very long, mentally it does. So sometimes it takes the evening, but that's my goal. And because I know that I forget to switch them, it means that I have to find ways to get it done, such as setting timer on my watch, setting timer on Alexa. And I was older, my kids were older before I finally gave them complete control of their laundry, because I knew that I needed...
I don't have an answer for that.
She was listening. Because I needed them to be able to complete the cycle without me reminding them, because I knew I would forget. So my kids were older, but that was okay because it was still working for us. If I can complete it by lunchtime, I am feeling really on top of it. It doesn't happen very often, but I really love it when I do. But even then, if by dinner time, ideally, sometimes not till the bedtime, but if I in the day and there's no laundry basket sitting around with clothes in it, absolutely fantastic. Right now though, I've got a load my boys folded yesterday of towels that I haven't put away yet, like kitchen towels, because there's like 13 piles because we've got napkins and all of that. Anyway, I hate putting away those especially. So, but they've got it folded. It's down there. It'll take me 5 minutes and I'm gonna go do it as soon as I finish this. Maybe, if I remember. Now, as you are thinking about what your daily 5 are, and I hope you're getting some inspiration and the wheels are turning as we're talking about this. If they are, go ahead and grab a sheet of paper and start jotting down some ideas. But as you're thinking about them later, the one that I don't want you to forget is the last one I'm going to share. And that's about choosing yourself. What do you need to choose for yourself each day to feel like you are not forgotten? And to feel like you are choosing yourself with intentionality. For me, I have to get dressed before school. Sometimes that means that I am choosing pajamas as my outfit for the day, especially during the winter. But I'm doing it with intentionality. I often wear my hair in a ponytail, but I'm choosing it intentionally and not because that's how I wore my hair to bed. I choose to wear makeup or not, but I choose it with intentionality. I choose to not put anything on, and that's okay. It's not that I'm neglecting myself. I choose a mental health break in the middle of the day by going for a quick 10-minute walk at lunchtime. I make sure the kids have lunch, and then I go. Less than 10 minutes of a walk, but I get outside, I get some sun, I leave my phone at home, and I just have a clear mind for 10 minutes. Is it enough of an exercise? No. Do I even walk fast enough to get my heart rate up? No, not usually. But I'm choosing it with intentionality. And often I get other workouts in, but not always. But I'm still choosing that. And I'm choosing it because that's what works for us. And it's what helps me to feel not forgotten. And at the end of the day, that of all of them is probably the one that leaves me feeling, yeah, I'm doing okay. I would love for you to share down below what you think your 5 are going to be. Live with them for a week or two, see how it is, adjust them. If you want to come back then and share instead of sharing now, that's fine as well. If you're a couple days into it and you're like, this is stupid, I'm not doing this one, mark it off, put something else in. If you want to start with 3, go for it. Don't go more than 5 or 6 though, because then you're going to start overwhelming yourself. Okay, these are your 5-ish guiding ones. Now, just as I choose these 5 things for home and for life, I also have a daily 5 for our homeschool. Go check that out over there, and I will see you in the next video.